Welcome back. So we're going to continue from where we stopped in the last video. If you remember, I told you we're going to set up the presentation, and the major lesson you're going to be learning here is how you to set up any presentation you want to prepare with PowerPoint. Do you understand that? So the last time we created one simple presentation, and I'm going to open it now. We're going to work on it. You can open that document now on your computer. We saved that document last time when we created it. I saved mine with content, so I was able to bring it out now, so you could bring out your own as well. Do you understand that? So I don't want us to go back, to start creating all this content again. So we're going to make use of this. You already know how to create the slides now, and even you know how to change the slide layout. Do you understand that? So right away we're going to move further from where we stopped in the last video, and right now we're going to now set up this presentation that is in front of us. The first thing I would say here, if you remember, I was telling you that the usual way that people work is the way we've been working now. Do you understand that? All people do is that they open the PowerPoint presentation, they create their slides, then apply formatting to the slides, and they're done. Do you understand that? So some first choose the template they want to use, which you could choose from here. Do you understand that? You come to design, then you choose any of the templates we have here. All of them are here. You can choose from any of them. Do you understand that? So so some come to the templates, they first select it, then they start creating the slides. So as they are creating the slides, they will be affected by the template they've chosen. So you need to understand that. However, we have created our own slides, and right now we're going to move on now to look at how we can now change the theme of this presentation. Do you understand that? So how do you change the theme of this presentation or the template? Just like I told you that you could come here and change the template. So how do you achieve that? Now you go to Design tab. When you come to the Design tab, you have the list of those themes there. As you can see, you see Themes Group. Can you see it? Themes Group. That's where you're coming to. I hope you're getting it now. So under Themes, you're going to choose any of these templates that you like. I think I would like to use this. And once you choose the theme, it's going to affect all the slides in the presentation. As you can see now, look at them one after the other. Can you see that? That the slides have been affected by the theme. Do you understand that? Now, since we have chosen the theme we want to use, we also have the variants. So when you choose a theme, there are variants of that theme. So you could have, different shades of that theme. So look at it. This is like what do we call this now? We call this brown or light brown, whichever. So look at this. This is like blue shade. This is green, and this is like purple. So you could change it to any of these variants that you want. So if you look at it now, it has changed all the slides on the presentation. Can you see that now? So somebody could say, oh, this is the way I want my slides to look like. Do you understand that? This is how I want them to be. So someone could say, oh, I want a green shade. Do you understand that now? So they are just shades of this particular theme that we chose the other time. The name of the theme is Berlin. Can you see that? So other ones have their names as well. This one is Circuit, as you can see them now. This one is Damask. They have different names, but you also have their shades now. Do you understand that? Look at it. Berlin, Berlin, Berlin. They are all Berlins, but you have different shades for them. Do you understand that? So that's the way it is. So we can choose any color of our choice depending on what you want. Now, part of the setup is that you choose the size of your slide. How do you want it to be? Do you want a standard 4:3, or you want the widescreen? The widescreen would spread across your screen. If you say standard, so it's going to ask you a question that you are scaling to a new slide size. Would you like to maximize the size of your content or scale it down to ensure it will fit on the new slide? So if you want that, you select maximize. If you want to ensure fit, you're going to select ensure fit. Do you understand that now? So it's your choice. But if you anyway, depending on what you want to achieve, you could say it should maximize such that it uses the entire size of the presentation. So if you choose this now, you see that it has changed the outlook of the presentation. Can you see that? Can you see that? So the slides have changed. They've reduced in size. Do you understand that? If you go back to it, let's go back. Sorry, I'm not ready for this yet. So let's go back to standard. Sorry, to widescreen. That's what I mean. Now you see that it has come back to what it was before. Let's go back to standard now, and let's choose ensure fit, and let's see the difference. Do you understand? So look at it. If you look at it very well, you see that you won't see much difference. Do you understand that? The only thing is just that this one will ensure that the content on the presentation fit into the slide size. Do you understand that? So while the other one, if you look at this very well now, maybe you see a slight difference at the end of the day. So let's go back to standard, and let's say maximize, and let's see the difference. Can you see this now? So this shifts a little to the left. Do you understand that? Unlike the other one. Do you understand? This is what the fitted will do. Do you understand that? So these are things that you need to understand. I hope you got that. But many times people make use of widescreen because it's going to spread across the screen. So also you could choose custom sizes. So you click, let me cancel. You come to slide size, then you come to custom slide size. Then when you come here, slides sized for, you can choose the size of your presentation here. So if you want A4, because of the printing you're going to do, you could choose A4. Do you understand what I'm saying? Then you decide. If you look at it, this is the size of A4 paper that's been painted here. So number slides from 1. Do you understand that? So if you want to change the numbering of the slide, you want it to start from 2, you can decide to do that here. Do you understand that? Now the slide also has orientation. Just like I taught you under Microsoft Word, you have the portrait, then you have the landscape. Now we have notes, handouts, and outline. Your notes and handouts has to do with the printouts. The note belongs to the presenter, you that is going to make the presentation. Then the handouts is what you give to your audience. Do you understand that? So You can decide how you want the two of them. You know, these slides has to do with the presentation you're making on the screen for people. But this one will be printed. These are the printed copies. So these ones will be printed at the end of the day. How do you want them to come out? Do you want them to be portrait, or you want them to maintain the orientation of your slides the way it is? Do you understand that? So you've got to decide that. So many times people use portrait for the printouts. Do you understand that? So it's your choice. So you can make any choice here. Then when you're done, you say okay. Do you understand that? So I selected A4. It's asking me what do you want. I think it's always better for you to choose maximize. So when you choose maximize, it's going to maximize the entire size of the slides. Do you understand that? So look at it now. It has reduced in width. If you look at it very well, can you see that? So that's what your page setup will do for you. So it helps you to set up your page. So if you don't want it again, you can still come back and use widescreen, which is what many people use. Sorry. Okay, widescreen. Do you understand? So you can maximize to maximize the entire screen. Do you understand that? So this is what you have now. Do you understand that? So the next thing I'm going to talk about is the format background. Now, when you come to the format background, you have the opportunity to change the background of your presentation. So the background is not the same as the theme. Do you understand that? These templates that we've chosen now, if we change the background, the only thing that is going to happen is that this particular one will be affected. I mean, only the background. These ones will remain. These ones that were added would remain. So let's take, for example, maybe you want to change the, you know, you have different backgrounds you can choose from. You can choose from the solid view. When you say solid, you only want one color. That's the meaning. So you can choose from these. Any of these colors, it's just going to change it. It's going to be one color. All right. If you choose a deeper color and you want to create transparency, you can drag the slider here. Do you understand that? Now to increase the transparency, so it will be getting lighter as you're dragging it forward, as you're increasing the transparency. Do you understand that? So that's the way it is. So if you want gradient, you can go to gradient and select out of all the gradients you have there. As you can see, this is what you have. Okay. Now, if you look at where I am currently, I'm on slide 3. So this particular effect is only affecting the slide I'm working on. So that is the difference between background and the themes. So the theme affects the entire presentation, but your background can affect just one slide. So if you want a slide to be different from the other ones, you could decide to change the background. Do you understand that? Though it's still not going to change the template, but it will affect the background. So you need to understand that. As you can see now, it didn't change this, but the background has changed. Do you understand that? So you could play around the type of gradient you want. If you want radial, it's just going to change. So if the direction, you could specify how you want it to gather and things like this. Are just variants. So walk around them. I hope you're getting it now. So you could choose the color. Do you understand? Of the color you want for the first one, which is the first division. You could change the second one also. Choose another color for it. If you want blue, as you can see, you could click the third one, choose the color for it. You could say red. Do you understand that? So, and the fourth one. So the ball is in your court. Whatever you want to achieve, you can achieve with this. I hope you get what I'm saying. You could reduce the position. Do you understand that? As you're doing it, you'll be seeing the difference. I hope you're getting it. Then you could increase the transparency. Maybe you want it to be light. Do you understand that now? So these are things that you could achieve with your format background settings. So you could increase the brightness as well. Do you understand that you want it brighter and all that? Now, this affects only this slide, but you can now make a choice that I want it to affect all the slides. And if you want that, all you need to do is to click apply to all. So when you say that, it's going to apply that to all the slides. Can you see that now? So that's what your background does. You could use a picture. If you don't want that again, you want a picture or text view as your background. So you could choose that. Now if you come to this place now, you have a choice to make. So this is your texture that you're looking at here. You could decide to use any of these textures. Do you understand that? Depending on what you want to achieve. So you could manipulate all these things to, to suit what you want to achieve. Increase the transparency to make it lighter and all that. It's your choice. You could reduce it, whatever you want to achieve. Just play around all these things, move around until you see what you like. Do you understand that your creativity will have a role to play in all this too? Do you understand that? So these are things that you need to understand. You could increase the offset. Do you understand that? Both X and Y axis, scale them up 100%. You could reduce it. You could change the alignment, how you want them to align and all that. Do you understand that? So just play around all these settings. You're going to be seeing the effects on the slides as you're working on them. I hope you understand. So this is what you need to get. And if you look at this one that I've chosen to, it's only affecting slide 3. Until I apply it to all, it will not do anything to it. So if you don't want all those things again, you want to revert back to the original color, you click reset. So it's going to go back to what you started with. Do you understand? So that's what you need to get right. And you can also undo to go back to what you started with. I hope you're getting it. So you also have picture. That's where I'm going. You want picture to be the background. You go to file. Can you see file? Insert picture from where? From the file. You can insert picture online. You can also check your clipboard if you have something there. Do you understand that? So, but I've clicked file now. And look at it. I have this background here. I'm going to use that. I'm going to say insert. Okay. So if you look at it now, I've just inserted, the picture. Look at it. Because of the transparency, you didn't see it well. But now I've brought back, I've decreased the transparency. That's why you're now seeing it. So if you want to increase the transparency, you can also, increase the transparency by dragging the slider. Do you understand that? So that's that about that. So you can equally tile picture, as textures by selecting this. Do you understand that? It's just going to break the picture, into textures and all that. Do you understand that? So you could do that. So if you don't want it again, you can disable it. Do you understand that? You could see the difference between the two. If you tile it, it's going to be different. So this is what you're likely to have. I hope you're getting it. And so if you want to apply it to all, you could do that. And that's going to be applied to all the presentation. Sorry, to all the slides in the presentation. So these are things that you could do. Do you understand that? If you have pictures online, you could click online. Do you understand that? And it's going to load it, but I'm not connected to the internet, so that's why you can't see it there. So that's that. So you also have the clipboard. If you have something in the clipboard, you're going to have that being inserted straight away. So if you look at it very well, this particular picture you're looking at here was the last thing I copied into the clipboard. So that's why it's coming out now. Do you understand that? So whatever you've copied into the clipboard would come out. when you click that, the last thing you copied into that clipboard. So these are things that you need to know about the formatting. I hope you understand. So you could use your solid fill, you could use your gradient fill, and you could also use your picture or texture fill. Do you understand that? Or you could use pattern as well. These are patterns. Do you understand that? Look at them. So you could choose any of them. Look at them as you're changing them. Whichever one you feel will work for what you want to do. And when you're dealing with your patterns, you can select the foreground and the background. So let's say you want this to be the foreground, and you want another color, maybe white, to be the background. This is what you're going to have. So the ball is in your court, so you can keep changing to whatever you desire. I hope you got that now. So these are things that you can walk around, just move around, changing them to suit what you want to achieve. I hope you understand that. So that's background. So I think I've been able to do justice to the format background command. So just move around this. Do you understand that? One after the other, check them. Do you understand? Check them. See the color that you want to use. You can check the gradient. And when you're using your picture, adventure, you've inserted a picture, was a texture fill. You could also look at the artistic effect. Do you understand that? Maybe you want something like this, something like this, or something like this. Do you understand that? Increase the transparency. If you want it to be lighter, stuff like that. It's your choice. Do you understand that? You could also decrease intensity or increase intensity. I hope you're getting it now. So you also have the picture corrections there that you can choose from. You can increase the sharpness. Do you understand? You can choose from the presets that you have. Do you understand? You can, work around the brightness and the contrast. When you increase it or decrease, you see the effect. Just play around them. You also have the picture colors that you can choose from. You have the presets also. Look at them. You have the saturation. As you increase and decrease, you see the effect on the slide. Do you understand that? The temperature also, you can increase and decrease and see the effect. As you can see, as I'm dragging it, you'll be seeing that the color is changing. So these are things that you need to just play around until you have a mastery of all these things. Do you understand that? So that's that about that. So you can play around them. Do you understand? It's only your picture that has these other settings. Do you understand? When you go back to this place, fill, you won't see the two other options. You won't see here, but you will see it here, two coming out. Pattern will not have that as well. Do you understand that? You could also hide the graphics. Do you understand that? If you look at it now, the graphics has disappeared. That is the graphics on this slide. So if you want to apply it to everything, you can apply it to all the slides and all the graphics will no longer show. I hope you understand that. So that's what you need to understand. If you want it back, you bring it back and everything will come back. So I think I've been able to do justice to this. So I'm going to close this. Okay. And I'm going to choose any of this back. Let me see. The one that I want. Do you understand that? So as you can see, these are other options that I have there. You see them. I can choose the colors that I want from the variants, the kind of fonts I want. Do you understand that? For the placeholders. So here now you could say you want triplicate, and that's what you're going to have all across. Do you understand? So these are things that you could do with your settings. I hope you got that. So you also have the background styles, for all the slides. Do you understand? So these are things that you need to know. I hope you understand now. So I've just reset the background to what we have here. Do you understand? So I have this back. So you now know how to, add themes, background to your presentation. I hope you understand that. Don't forget that I said that this is what people are used to, it's common, that's what they know and all that. But I'm going to show you a better way to do this in such a way that you would have created a slide master for all these things. So it's only one slide that you work on, but it's going to affect all the slides in the presentation. We're going to get there shortly. Do you understand that? So, but let's work with this first of all, and let's see how it works. Do you understand that? So let's take a step further. Now, this slide, let's say I want to add a footer to it. Now, footer means you want to add other things, maybe what's it called now? Let's say you want to add the name of the company under. Do you understand that? With the name of the presenter, you want the date of the presentation to show and slide number. You could insert it at the bottom. Please take note of this. Only footer works with your slides. Do you understand that? But you can use header and footer on notes and handouts. Do you understand that? So only footer works with your slides. Do you understand that? But when you're dealing with notes and the handouts, you can use both footer and header. So footer shows at the bottom of your slide, while header shows at the top margin of your slide, just like we did on the Microsoft Word. So you need to understand that. I hope you got that clearly now. So we're going to move on now to add or to insert header and footer. So all you need to do is to come to Insert tab. So when you come to Insert tab, you come to Header and Footer. Now I want to look at date and slide number. You can add them separately. If you want to add date and time and slide number separately, maybe that's the only thing you want to add, you can add them from here directly. But you could also set them up under header and footer. So when you click now, those components are here as well. So look at the date and time, look at the slide number here. Can you see that? And you now have the footer. So all of them are here together. So if you look at it on the slide now, you won't see header here because you cannot add header to the slides. You can only add footers. Do you understand that? So, but if you come to notes and handouts, you're going to see header and you're going to see footer. I hope you got that. So these are things that you need to know. Notes and handouts are the printed outputs of your work. Do you understand that? So when you print it, those things will appear there. So these are things that you need to know. So, but on your slide, it won't show. The slides are the ones you have here that you want to present to your audience on the screen. So that's that. But the handout could also be printed and you give it to your audience for them to hold by the hand. Do you understand that? And you could print a note for yourself as well, the presenter. So these are things that you need to understand. You could also give a note to anybody. You know, what is different between handout and notes is that notes gives you a place where you could maybe type explanation on a particular slide and all that. Do you understand that now? You could put more points that you want to talk about that you've not added to the slides there. Maybe hints on what you want to say and stuff like that. So you could put them under notes. Do you understand that? So these are things that you need to understand. Okay. So we have the slide now. We want it to affect the slide. So I'm going to go to date and time. I want this date and time to show. And I want it to update automatically. That is, you should keep changing the time when the time changes. Do you understand that? So that's it. So I can choose this particular one because I think I like it. So I'm going to move on. The language is English and the calendar type is Gregorian. Can you see that? If you want a fixed date, you could choose fixed instead of update automatically. I've taught you that under Microsoft Word, and you need to get that. So when you say fixed, it means this change will not change. this date will not change even when the calendar date keeps changing. So you need to understand that. So let's also add footer, and let's add slide number and footer. Do you understand that? So do you want all these things to show on the title slide? Most times you don't have to show them on the title slide. You only need to show them on the other slides. Do you understand that? So you say don't show on the title slide. So how do you want to apply? Do you want to apply it to only this selected slide, because that is the active slide now that I'm working on, or you want to apply it to all the slides? So you have that choice to make, but I'm going to apply it to all. So it's going to show on all the slides except the first slide, which is the title slide. So if I keep moving now, you will see that the footer is here already. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see the date? And can you see the slide number? See slide number 2, 3, 4. Can you see it? 5. But if you look at it, I didn't specify the footer. Just like I told you the other time, you have a choice to make. Your footer could be the name of your company, could be the name of the presenter. So let's go back to insert, and let's go back to header and footer. So under footer, after selecting it, you are to write something there. Let's say Microsoft Corporation is what we want to put there. Microsoft Corporation. Do you understand that? So we're going to apply it to all, and definitely you're going to have that now. Can you see it? Microsoft, can you see it? So all across. So these are things that you could achieve with your header and footer. I hope you understand that. So the next thing I'm going to show you now is how to now insert, let's say for example, what you have here now, you don't have the logo of the company. Let's say you now want to put the logo of the company, you want to insert it into this presentation. You know, this is where you see the difference between what we're doing now and the use of the master slide. Do you understand that? So you appreciate the master slide better with this one that I want to do. So let's say we want to insert a logo on every slide of this presentation. So this one cannot be automated. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because you don't want it as the background. If you want the logo as a background, all you need to do is to do what I did the other time by going to your design, then go to your format background, then you're going to come to picture. Do you understand that? Let me demonstrate it for you. When you come to picture, you have to select a file. So let's say this is the logo that you want to show as background. You don't want this background, you want the logo to be the background instead. So I can insert it, and this is what you're going to have there. So I can, increase the transparency so that you would barely see the logo. Do you understand that? So when you look at this, I can apply it to all. Do you understand that? And when I do that, look at it. This is what I'm going to have. Can you see the logo appearing faintly? Can you see that? Look at it faintly under. So the logo becomes the background. So this is possible. But what if you don't want the logo to be the background? You want the initial background, but you want this logo maybe to be, inserted maybe at the bottom right corner. Do you understand that? Of your slides, maybe around here. You want it to be around here, just like a timestamp like that on each of the slides. Do you understand that? So if you want it to be like a stamp, so it means you're going to insert it as an object, not as a background. So I'm going to undo. I want to go back to that what's it called now? My initial background. So I can reset from here now. So I have my stuff back. So let's say now I'm going to close this because I'm done with that. So I have my document back now. So let's now say I want the logo to be where I talked about the other time. Let's see, how do we insert that? All I need to do is to go to insert, and I'll go to the images group, look at it, then I come to picture there. So let's say this is the logo that I want to insert. I'm going to click and it's going to bring it. Now remember, I'm on slide 1 now, so I can crop this. So how can you crop? How do you crop? You know, I taught you how to do this under Microsoft Word, but I didn't use this particular option for you. Do you understand that? So you could use crop, you could use crop to shape or aspect ratio. Do you understand that? So depending on what you want to do, but I want to crop. I'm not cropping to a particular shape, so I'm going to cut out. How do you do that? Look at it. This, you see that you're having this is 8 edges. So you're going to move your mouse pointer close to the edge where you want to cut out, then you drag it in. Can you see that? So the portion that you're cutting away won't show again. Look at it. So if I want to cut this space now, I'll click from the left to cut it. I'll let it touch the outline of the picture. This is already showing. I can cut from here. I can cut from the right in. Do you understand that? I can cut from the bottom in. So when I'm done with it like this, I'll click outside and you're going to have the cropped picture. So I can reduce this now to a particular size. So let's say this is what I have and I want it to be here, somewhere around here or somewhere around here. Look at it. Now this cannot automatically appear on all the slides. So if you look at the other slides now, you see that they are not there. So what do you do to take it to other slides? You're going to copy and paste. So you select it, then you do copy, then you go to the first. If you want it to show here, but it's not necessary on the first page, you go to third page. So you're going to paste it. So it's going to be pasted on the slide and it's going to be at the same position. So can you see that? The fourth one, can you see that? So now you can have it all across. Do you understand that? So can you see that now? So it's going to be across. But you see, this is not a professional way to get that done. So that's why I said there is a better way to do this. And the better way to do it is to use the Slide Master. Do you understand that? So this is what I'm going to show you very soon. So before I show you the Slide Master, I want to show you how to manage your slides now. How do you manage all these slides? I've taught you how to insert new slide. All you need to do is to come to Home tab, you come to Slides group, then you're going to select new. Do you understand from here? Do you understand that? So we have different layouts. They are here. You can have a title slide, you can have title and content. I've taught you that earlier. You can have section header, you can have two content. You can have comparison, where you're going to be comparing two things together. You can have a title only layout. You can have blank. You can have content with caption. You can have picture with caption. You can have panoramic picture, and also. Do you understand that? So you have to decide what you want to do and look for a layout that is related to it. Do you understand that? So that's why you must have a draft of what you want to do. Then you now begin to look for layouts that would present them well. Do you understand that? So that's that. So you now know how to insert that. Now let's say that I want to insert a new slide in between slide 1 and 2, in between these two. All I need to do is to click in between them and you're going to see a red line come out. Then I'll go to insert. Let's say I want title and content, I'll just click it and it will appear in between them. Can you see that now? That is empty. I hope you got that now. So that's how to add a new slide in between the slides. I hope you got it. Now I've also taught you how to change the layout of your slides. So peradventure, let's say this particular slide, you don't want this layout again, you want to change it to something else. So all you need to do is to select the slide, then come to layout and change it to whatever. Do you understand that? You can change the layout to blank, to anything. I hope you're getting it. And so if you say blank, it's going to remove all those placeholders and you're going to have it flat like this. Do you understand that? That's what it means to have a blank layout. So, but if you don't want that, you can undo, then you're going to have it back. So you now know how to change the layout. This is title and content layout. Now you can change it back. Do you understand that? To something else. You can change it to content where you have this. I hope you get what I'm saying. So that's how to change the layout. Now, what if you want to rearrange the slides? How do you rearrange? How do you rearrange? So all you need to do to rearrange is to click, drag the slide you want to move to the new position you want it to be. So let's say I want to move this slide to this space here, in between 3 and 4. So I'm going to drag it there. Can you see it? It's now there. If I want to move it up back to the original position, I'm going to move it. Do you understand that? So that's the way to move your slides. So you can move any slide. You can take this one from where it is now and take it to slide 1. I hope you understand. So now you can also duplicate your slide. Let's say this slide, you want 2 of it. Maybe you want the continent of the world. Maybe this particular slide cannot contain all the continents and you want a continuation of it in the next slide. So you can duplicate this and just edit this. So how do you do that? You right click on the slide, then you come to duplicate. Can you see that? Duplicate slide. So you're going to have 2 of it. Can you see that now? So you can now edit the second one to suit what you want to achieve. I hope you got that. So how do you delete a slide? There are 2 ways to do that. You can click on the slide, then press the delete button on your keyboard and it's going to delete. As you can see now, it's no longer there. The duplicate has gone. Or you right click on the slide you don't want and click delete slide. Those are the 2 ways by which you can delete. I hope you're getting that now. So as you can see now, you can also add new slide by right clicking. Do you understand that? So while you right click and you click new slide, you're going to have the slide under that slide. Do you understand that now? So if I say new now, look at where it is. So if I don't want it again, I can right click, then click delete slide. Can you see it? So these are things that you need to know. You can also change the layout by right clicking. You know, all those options are here. Do you understand that? So you can move around them. So I think I've been able to teach you how to manage your slides. Now you can delete slides, you can rearrange slides. You can also move your slide from one position to another. Do you understand that? Just like what I said here, if you want to create a duplicate, maybe you need it later in the presentation. Maybe you will need it in slide 7 now. You can duplicate it, then move it to slide 7. Do you understand that? So let's say we want to duplicate this now. We can duplicate the slide, then drag it to where you want it to be. Do you understand that? So that's the way it works. I'm going to delete it. I don't need it again. So I'm going to delete this one also. So I'm going to have my presentation back. Can you see that? So these are things that you need to know. Now, I'll also teach you one more thing on the arrangement of your slides. So if you want to see all your slides at once, all you need to do is to go to View, then come to Slide Sorter. So the Slide Sorter presents all your slides here. So it makes it easy for you to see them at a glance. Then you can move them from one place to another. I can move this one now here. Can you see that? I can move it here. and change the position. Do you understand that? So that's the way it works. I hope you're getting it now. So I can take it back. So you just drag it to the position you want it to be. I hope you understand. So that's what your slide sorter does for you. That's what it does for you. So you need to get that. So if you don't want that again, all you need to do is click normal. Can you see normal view? So you click normal back. I've shown you this earlier, and the outline view. Do you understand that? The reading view, when you click it, what it does is that I've told you what this means, that your graphics card has not been driven. So you can say okay, then it's going to load it for you. So this is the reading view now. This is what you're going to have. So I can begin to use my navigation key to move to the right to see the other ones. Do you understand that? Or up and down arrow key, whichever one you want. Do you understand that? Can you see them? So that's how to navigate. So when you get to the end of it, it brings you back to slide sorter. I hope you got that. So that's the reading. Or when you are there, if you click reading, under here on the status bar, you're going to see, can you see previous, can you see next, can you see menu, can you see normal? So you can click normal back. Do you understand that? And you're going to have it back if you don't want to choose the one here. Do you understand? So that's the way it works. So the note page is different. Do you understand that? So when you say note page, it's going to give you the presentation with the notes you're making. So if I go back to normal, I told you that if you had a note, let's say here now you wrote a note that this is the title page. Okay, and you go to notes page, you're going to have it there. Can you see that? So this is your presentation and this is the note that you have. So when you print this as the presenter, this will guide you. Do you understand that? It doesn't mean you have title is the title page. If you have things that you want to have privately to guide you when you are making the presentation, you can put it under the note. Do you understand that? So you come to normal, you put it under this note and it will be there. Do you understand that? I showed you here last time. You can hide it if you don't want it. You can bring it up again if you want it to show. I hope you're getting it now. So that's how it works. Do you understand now? So you also have the note here. You can disable it if you don't want. You can bring it up under the view tab. Can you see it? So these are things that you need to know. Let me also show you the grid lines. Look at the grid lines. They're going to show across the slides. What grid lines will do for you is to help you if you want to do settings of your content on the page. So you can use it as a guide. You also have the guides that will show both horizontal guide and the horizontal and the vertical guide. Do you understand that? It helps you to position your content correctly. Do you understand that? You want to be at the center, so to guide you, know that, oh, these are the center of it now. Do you understand that? So these are things that you could do. I hope you got that. So that's that. I showed you fit to window yesterday. Sorry. So I showed you this sometimes ago. Do you understand that? So don't forget about that. I hope you understand that. So we're going to move on now to normal, where we are. Then we'll go to home tab, and if you look at it now, you now have a presentation. I hope you understand. So if you go to your view and you want to just do a show of what you've been able to do so far, just like what I did for you the other time, you can just go to the reading view. Do you understand that? And just see that. So when you do that, you can see how it's going to look. But if you want to do a slideshow of the whole thing, then you've got to come to the slideshow here. All right, then you save from the beginning, so it's going to show full screen for you. And as you can see, this is what you're going to have. Do you understand that? So we've gotten to the end of it and it's going to close. We're still coming back to all this. Okay, so before we wrap up this video, I'm going to now show you how to create a master slide that I've been talking about that makes your job easier. So I'm going to create a new presentation. I'm going to create a new presentation right away. So let's go to File. So click File, then come to New. We want a new presentation now. Do we want a blank presentation? I think we should just choose from template this time around. So let's check from template. So we're going to click this. Alright. Or better still, let's not choose any template. Let me close it. Let's choose blank, because we're still going to work on all these things. Do you understand that? So as you can see, all these grid lines are showing because we brought them out. So we can disable them back if they are becoming distractions. So you can deactivate them. So we're going to start the work now. So when you open a fresh presentation and you want to start working, it is expected of you to create a master slide. So that controls the behavior of the slides in your presentation. So you set that up from the beginning. So how do you do that? Now you have to come to View tab. When you come to View tab, you go to the Master's Views. And when you come to the Master's Views, then you click the Slide Master. So you're on the Slide Master now. Do you understand that? So here you have to set up how you want your presentation to look like. So this is where you have to add everything you want to add. So when you're done here, you don't need to now be adding to each slide again when you go back to the normal view. Do you understand that? So you put everything here. So when you go back on to the normal view, all you need to add, will be the contents that you want to put in the presentation, and not formatting anymore. Do you understand that now? So you don't format the slides, you only format the contents. Okay, so let's start now. This is the Theme Slide Master. So when I click it, I'm going to now select what the theme should look like. So any theme I select here will affect the entire document. So I still like this Berlin. I think I like the theme. So if you can see now, I've chosen the theme and it's here already. So this is going to affect all the slides. Do you understand that in the presentation? I hope you're getting it now. So again, you had liberty to choose the colors for your slides. Do you understand that? Don't forget that these are just background colors. You need to get that right. It's not going to affect the theme completely. It's not going to affect the entire template. All the other ones will still be there except for the background that is going to change. I hope you're getting it. So if you want any of these, you can change to it. Do you understand that? And leave it there. So, but I don't want any of them, so I'm going to leave it. So background styles are there also. If you want to change the background, you can change them and go to Format Background, just like we did the other time. When you click, it's going to bring the box again for you where you can change all those settings, just like we did in the normal view. So I can close this now because I'm not changing it. I still want to leave it. Now, I want to add header and footer to this document. How do I do that? All I need to do is to go to Insert, then go to Header and Footer, then click the date. I want it updated automatically. I want this, and I want slide number. I want footer. I'm still going to use the same thing we used the other time, Microsoft Corporation. Do you understand that? I don't want it to show on the title slide. Then I want it to be applied to everything. So when I click Apply to All, it's going to affect all the slides. Do you understand that? So I have set this up here. Now, like what I told you the other time, just like what I told you, you can change everything you did in the normal view. You can do the same here, by coming to, this is your slide master. Now you come back to slide master. As you can see, it's here now. It won't go until you close the view. Do you understand that? It's always be one of the tabs that you're going to have here. I hope you're following. Very good. So when you look at this particular view that we're looking at now, I told you that you can modify the background styles. You can change the background even to picture, just like what we did the other time. You can make picture the background and all that. So you can fill with gradient, colors, and pattern and texture. Do you understand that? But I don't want that this time around. I just want to, I've added the name of the corporation. I've added the date and time to it. I've added the slide number. Then the only thing I want to add now is a picture, like a logo, that's going to appear across all the slides. I don't have to now copy and paste. Once I put it, it appears on all of them. So what do I need to do? All I need to do is to go to Insert, go to Pictures, select that picture. That is the logo. This is the logo for Microsoft. I'm just using this as an example. You can use your own. I want to crop out the unwanted part of the picture for us to have a decent logo. This is not a decent one, but at least we can manage it. So you can look for any logo that will best work for you. So I'll click outside. So I have the picture now. I can reduce it to the size I want. Then I'm going to place it where I want it to be. So if I want it to be here now, I can place it there. So wherever I drop it is where it's going to be on the other one. So if you look at each of them now, look at them, you see that it's appearing everywhere. Now all these ones now, you can also determine how your title slide appears. So any setting you put here will affect all the title slides, because this is the slide master for all the title slides. This title and content layout, you can determine how all the title and content layout will look like when you start creating them on your normal view. Do you understand? So anything you do here will affect them. So you can decide how the section header layout will appear, the comparison, the true content, and all that. Do you understand that? So you can do that right away. You can see all of the layouts here. So you can walk around all the layouts, the way you want them to appear on the normal view. So when you start creating any of these layouts, the way you have formatted them here is the way they're going to appear there. Do you understand that? So that is one key thing that you need to know. I hope you understand that now. So when you are done now, you have everything intact, you've set up the picture and all that. You already have the name of the company, the date and time, and all that. You have the logo of the company. Now, if you want the logo of the company to still be the background, you know what to do now, to go to background styles and insert the picture as a background. So these are things that you could do. So once you are now done with the settings here, the next thing you're going to do, you could also set up the size of your slide, just like we did in the normal view the other time right here. So any size you choose here, you could go to. If this is not suitable for what you want to do, you can go to custom slide size and choose any of these sizes here. Do you understand what I'm saying? Then click OK when you're done, just like we did earlier. I hope you understand that. So when you're done with the settings, all you need to do is to just click close master view. When you close the master view, it will come to affect the normal slide now. Can you see that? So anything I create now will be affected by the settings I did. So from here now, we can now create more slides and you're going to see that it's going to affect them. Do you understand that? So let's look at it. If I say title and content, if you notice, the title and content now is appearing, and you can have your what's it called now, your footer. The reason why you're not seeing the footer on the first page is because we chose that option that should not show on the title page. So that's why you're not having it. That's why you are having only the logo appearing. Do you understand that? So you can see the page number starting from here too, because you said it shouldn't show on the first page. Do you understand? On the title page, the title slide, sorry. So you need to understand that. So anything you now want to create, you can begin to add them here. I hope you get what I'm saying. Just like we did the other time, you can now begin to add all those contents one after the other. Let's see here, you want to add content development. You now add it, just like we did in the other example we did. You can see this subtitle, let's say by Alan Smith, just like we did the other time. Then we're going to move on. Can you see that? And if I want something here, I can put it continents of the world. I can begin to type bullets, Asia, Europe, Africa, North America, South America, and so on. So you can add more. Go to new slide, add anything you want to add. Do you understand? If you add to content, now it's going to come out with all those settings that you've done. I hope you get what I'm saying now. So these are things that you need to know. Do you understand? So you see that you are not stressing yourself now to add anything. It's only content that you are supplying now. The slides have been set up in a way that it's easy for you to now add content to them. Do you understand? So that's how it works. So you must master that. I forgot to show you something on the slide master. I'm still going to go back there. If you go to the slide master now, I didn't show you the font. So you could also determine what the font will be. Do you understand? The current font is Trebuchet. Do you understand that? That's what you have here now. So that's what is active currently. So you could change the font from here, and whatever font you choose will affect all the slides. I hope you understand that. So if you come to the master and you choose the font, it's going to affect everything. I hope you're getting it. But if you want to affect different layouts, then you can select the layout that you want it to affect differently and choose the font for that layout. So anytime you insert that kind of layout, this particular font will be applied to it. Do you understand that? So these are things that you can do. So this effect affects objects like pictures that you've added and all that. So if you select any of this, any picture you insert, this particular effect will be applied to it. Do you understand that? So these are things that you need to understand. I'm sure you've learned something from the entire video. All you can do is to play around all the things you've learned now. Now start creating your own slides and come up with your own presentation. In the subsequent videos that is going to come out, what you're going to have there definitely is how you can now format all the contents you have here to be better than it is now. Do you understand what I'm saying? And you're going to learn how to now do your slideshow, do custom transitions and animations and all that. Do you understand that? So take your time, rehearse all the things you've learned now, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Thank you.